Police Minister Senzo Mchunu expected to give an update on developments regarding investigations into the deaths of 3 police officers. Their bodies were recovered at the Hennops River in Centurion yesterday. 2 more bodies, including that of a South African police service member, were also recovered from that river. Our reporter Pimani Baloyi is watching developments for us in Bela-Bela and joins us now live. And my understanding, Pimani, is that the police minister is still getting a briefing from a number of MECs about what they know, at least at this stage. What are you able to tell us about some of those behind closed doors discussions?
Good morning, Ayanda. As you rightfully stated, there is a behind the closed doors sessions ongoing inside this venue in Bela-Bela. Our Minister Senzo Mchunu is meeting with his MECs from throughout the country. These are annual meetings that happen that are called mini-mecs between the minister and the MECs, where they update each other in terms of development. But we do know that this mini-mec happens right in the middle of this investigation into what happened to those 3 police officers whose bodies were taken out of that Hennops River yesterday. But to speak more about what to expect out of that session, I'm joined by the spokesperson of the SABC, Brigadier Athlenda Mathe. Brigadier, thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about last night. The bodies were removed from the river and families were able to identify, but there was the car that was still missing. What has happened overnight? What is the latest development regarding your investigations?
Well, very good morning and thank you for the opportunity. In terms of the latest, we had to abandon the search for the car last night because it was already dark. But our police divers, our air wing unit and other officers, crime intelligence, your counterintelligence, the Hawks, are still on the ground. We believe the vehicle has the answers that we're looking for. So up until we find that vehicle, we cannot necessarily conclude this case because we do believe that it can give us a picture of what really transpired on that evening. We are looking at a culpable homicide case where there was a possible accident, but we cannot reach that conclusion now because we still need to find the car. So we are still investigating. Our members are still on the ground and we are still searching for the car. In terms of the families did identify their loved ones yesterday. We also gave them an opportunity to go to the scene of the accident and they then also addressed the media. So we have flown them back to Bloemfontein and now we are awaiting the post-mortem report because the post-mortem report will also give us an indication on what the cause of death is.
Speaking about the 3 deceased, we know they were en route to the province. Is there any clarity in terms of where specifically they were deployed? I know they worked in the Operation Valamgodi in the province, and we know mostly the Sekhukhune area is rife with illegal mining, some areas in Vembe and Mopani, but also in other areas. Where specifically were these 3 officers going, and was it their first time coming to the province? What is the latest in terms of who they are and what they were doing in the province?
Okay, so we know 2 of the 3 are crime intelligence officers. They were on a 3-month deployment to Operation Valamgodi, which is an operation of the SAPS and various other stakeholders, including the SNDF and DMRE, where we prevent and combat illicit mining activities. So they were not necessarily posted at one location. They were posted in areas that are hotspots for illegal mining operations in Limpopo. So on that fateful night, they were traveling back home, back to that deployment. They were from home, from Bloemfontein, where they originate from. They were on their rest days when they traveled, so they were traveling back home, and that's when this incident unfortunately happened.
We know illegal mining can be a very dangerous trade that people participate in, and fighting it can also be dangerous. Is there any link so far between their area of deployment and what could have happened that fateful evening?
At this stage, nothing suggests to us that it may be linked to their work in terms of of their deployment to Operation Valamgodi. But investigations are still ongoing, and I do believe that the team is following up on all leads. But for now, it does look like a culpable homicide case.
And in terms of safety of other officers, these operations are still ongoing throughout the country. Let's talk about ensuring that other officers, as we don't know what could have happened if it was linked, what are some of the strategies that the SAPS is using to ensure that officers are able to continue working as we await answers?
Look, we've got a police safety strategy that is in place that looks at both the safety of our members on and off duty. So that includes ensuring that members have sufficient training as well as the protective gear. They've got the correct equipment to respond to the call of duty.
As we wrap, I just want today's Minimac, what can we expect? The Minister might address us. What can we expect from the Minimac?
Well, Minimac, it's the Minister's meeting together with MECs of community safety across all 9 provinces, as well as the provincial commissioners and so on. So it's a platform where the Minister, they discuss crime and crime fighting initiatives, and so that's the purpose of that meeting. But we are expecting the Minister to address you just later on this morning.
Thank you so much, Brigadier Mathe. That is the spokesperson of the SAPS, Brigadier Athlenda Mathe, just giving us a briefing as to what we can expect from today's Minimac, but also giving an update as to how far they are going in terms of investigations after the discovery of the bodies of those 3 police officers. As you heard, Brigadier Mathe, those police officers were stationed in the Capricorn and the Waterberg districts here in Limpopo. They were fighting illegal mining. Police don't know yet if what happened to them that fateful night is linked to their deployment in and around this province, but they are saying that they are ensuring that their officers who worked with them are getting counseling and are also able to ensure that they are safe and are able to continue doing their daily duties in a safe environment.